more powerful than even the audio. But him defending himself or attempting to defend himself for the classified document scenario. And then subsequently being grilled by the press. Now, in what I thought was a surprise, the handlers of Joe Biden allowed him to answer some questions from the press. And as usual, it doesn't really go very well. He gets overwhelmed. He, begins to backpedal. He forgets stuff. It was the same old, same old. Now, what I came away from yesterday, I was watching that. I watched it about 3 different times. And I was trying to position myself to watch it and say to myself, well, how can his supporters look at him and come to the determination that he is a qualified individual to run the United States of America, the most demanding job that there is. It's a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week, mind-splitting, numbing reign of chaos. Everybody's tugging at you. You think your job is hard? Think about having your job times 1,000. That's got to be what it's like to be the president of the United States. Not an easy job. And what I took away from yesterday is that what I was watching, now, I'm a human being like you are. I have sympathy, I'm sure, like you do. There are times when I look at Biden and I cringe, and I'm like, I feel bad for him. But then I take a step back and I remember that this is a man who has grifted America for the better part of 50 years. He's never had a job. He's worth millions on a salary of 100,000+. So I think about that, the scandals, his family. And I watched yesterday. And I said to myself, the sympathy inside of me towards Biden is long gone. Because what I was looking at yesterday was a pathetic, self-important, entitled, cranky son of a bitch. Pardon my language. Desperately trying to hold on to power. This man has absolutely no loyalty to anyone but himself. He doesn't care about this country at all. All he wants now is to further a legacy. Look what he says. Look how he acts. Look what he does. It's purely an assessment of his cognitive ability, his stamina, his now lost wit, his inability, in my belief, to make monumental decisions where tens of millions of lives hang in the balance. This game has gone on too far. Even press row, for the better part of Biden's tenure, has shielded him, has now come around, and they can't do it anymore. They cannot protect him anymore. They're bearing witness to this, again, absolute free fall from our commander-in-chief. And shame on anyone in his inner circle. Shame on all of them, his wife, his family, anybody who is in charge of dressing this man up and pushing him out the door and letting him shuffle to the podium. Shame on all of them for what they're doing. Do you have any faith in Joe Biden's ability to lead? When you watch him, even if you could convince yourself that he is somewhat lucid, that lucidity comes in waves. It comes in, 13, 15, 17-second spurts. Even during this presser yesterday, he forgot 2 things he was going to say. It's the president of the United States. No offense, but it's not a manager at Walmart. It's not, somebody who's in the sales office at a real estate agency. It's not somebody who's even working in a school system as a teacher who maybe has stayed on too long. It's the president of the United States. And there's a responsibility with that position. And he should know that, being in politics for 50 years. Now, he may be long past the ability to make that decision, that he no longer can do it. That's very possible. That he has been so manipulated by the parasites around him, by the leeches that are holding on to him for this power. And they're going to use him up until he's dried up and they throw him in the trash.